Only about 4,000 snow leopards are left in the wild. They roam across Central Asia where climate change and poaching threaten their survival. But a program in the remote mountains of Russia and Mongolia is trying to save them. Elizabeth Palmer went there to see.
Our long journey started in the foothills of Russia's Altai Mountains. Became a trek into Silugemsky National Park and ended at last with a scramble above the tree line. Our guide was park biologist and researcher Alexei Kuzlyakov. He's part of an innovative program to bring snow leopards back to this region by shooting them with motion-triggered cameras. The results are astounding. Intimate shots of animals so shy they'd do anything to avoid humans. Over the past 3 decades, hunters and poachers had virtually wiped the snow leopards in this region out. Though completely illegal, they did show up as rugs or even whole pelts, this one in a market just over the border in Mongolia. In the village of Jazator, we found Boris Markov, a former poacher. Back in the day, he told me, just one pelt was worth a car. In the same village, we met Sergei Kirabyekov. Once a poacher, he shows me one of the wire traps used by locals. Crude, but lethal. They kill by strangulation. Now, though, Sergei is part of the conservation drive. He's just one of several former hunters getting a salary through the World Wildlife Fund and a corporate partner, Pernod Ricard, to monitor the cameras.
When you get the photo cards out, do you look at the pictures yourself to see what's there?
Yes, it's so interesting. I check right away to see if there are any cubs.
And often there are. Here, for example, are several babies hunting with their mother at night. The cameras do a job no human could. Even Alexei has only seen a snow leopard once, though there's not much he doesn't know about their behavior, like the way they scratch to mark territory.
Like domestic cats.
And here's one caught on camera doing exactly that. We headed to an adjacent valley and the homestead of Erkin Tadirov. Over tea, he explained he too was happy to be on salary monitoring the cameras. Like many in this region, Erkin keeps cattle, and I wondered if he worried the leopards would attack them.
It would seem to me that it would be a natural fear because cows are easy to catch for them. It's easy food. Why don't they devour your entire herd?
No, it's not a problem, because there's enough prey to keep them high in the mountains.
That's another thing the cameras do, record other wildlife. As Alexei flips through the latest batch of shots, he can see birds, deer, even sheep. Proof the ecosystem can support the leopards. Alexei says paying the former hunters and poachers a salary is key, but there's also been a sea change in attitude.
So did everybody in the village want to see the photographs when you first started getting them?
They lined up to see them. People who had lived here all their lives had never seen a snow leopard. Now they know how beautiful they are.
Back at the National Park headquarters, Alexei showed us more pictures from 120 cameras that have been snapping away night and day for 5 years.
It looks like it's peering around the corner. Oh, that's magic.
Of course, he has his favorites. He knows every single animal by its unique pattern of spots, and he's named them all. Here's Turai, about to eat the camera.
He was biting the camera.
These pictures are not only a treasure trove of information for scientists, but the cameras have scared off poachers. And so there's very good news. 5 years ago, Alexei said he'd counted 22 leopards in the Altai. Now there are 45. Looks like he's going to need a few more names and maybe a few new cameras. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Altai, Siberia.